Hello friends, I'm Renuka. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna make this Farmtastic Day card with the MFT farm animal set. And this is quite a big one. I use A7 card base for this, which is 5 by 7, and I have some lawn fawn dies with the fan and the grass and the hills. And this is the border die I have. So this is the normal A2 size rectangle die I have, and sometimes we want to make a big card, so you can use this idea to use your border dies and cut. You can use the scallop fan also. I just make a pencil mark where I want to add that border, and then I cut it out. But afterwards somehow I didn't like that, so I cut out that more. But this is the simplest way to make any size or any length card. If you want to make a legal size long card, that one also work with this procedure. Now the Amy work this way. She used the MFT stamps and dies and put them. So most of the times I tried this, but somehow I didn't get a proper impression with it, so it was not matching with those dies. But yeah, this is the one of the technique she used, and yeah, I really admired her. So next I will stamp this image by using Spectrum Nora cardstock, and this is a kind of specialty cardstock which is used for the alcohol markers. And but you can use the Nina Solar White cardstock, that can also work. But sometimes I feel that with this technique you want some more things, then you have to cut that die. So anyway, then I decided to add a little bit more color with these pattern papers. I want the pattern paper background, but at the same time I don't want the plain background for particularly this card. I want to try something new, so I use the pattern paper and I just add a little bit of more color, like the shades of green and brown there, to get a very dusky and a farm look. And then I just pick up my small cubes of distress ink and I randomly put those color in, and make sure that you cover your work surface. And then I'm gonna add all these layers together and kind of seeing that how much I need it. So sometimes I cut it, put those layers a little bit wanky, sometimes random, and when I get the desired, then I will cut off the excess from all the sides. Now I need kind of framing to this, so I decided to go ahead with the dark colors cardstock. It's a gray color cardstock with the MFT, I think, yeah. And then I will just put all those animals which I stamped there. Now I'll use here alcohol markers, and these are Spectrum Nori alcohol markers, and I just put the cap there so you can see that exactly which color I'm using. The basic technique of my coloring is very simple. I love to use first of all light colors and then add more colors, dark colors of the same shade. And sometimes I don't have those shades, so I mix and grab by using the technique by putting the darker marker in my hand and using the tip of lighter marker to pick the color from that darker marker. And it will not contaminate your marker. You just need to scrub that on the rough paper. So I always put a rough paper, whatever I die cut from the leftover, to scrub my markers, and sometimes to check the colors. Or sometimes we want a different color, but somehow if still we have the chart, but I most of the times forgot the chart and just color the way I feel that way. Another thing I want to tell you that as I'm making this farm card, I decided to mainly stick with the brown, greens, and little bit of orange color. So I decided to add a more pop color, so I decided to use the red color for this. Now you can see afterwards that how I use those red colors in tractor and other things, just to balance the card. Most of the times you can pick your colors from the pattern paper if you are not coloring them, and just try to make sure that when you are making card, it should be the balance of coloring. You don't have to add too much colors that every critter or every animal on your card is in a different color. Then it's not gonna work, because that is not the rainbow card theme you can making here. You need some kind of little bit realistic, little bit fun colors. It's okay, but always try to remember that you have to balance out that color when visually you see the card. Now you can see that I use the red color for that horse shade, and then a little bit on that rooster's tail and beak, and a little bit of red on the apple. Now I'm using a little bit of pink color for this piggy and the cow ears, and I will use a little bit of a yellow on the chicken. So when I complete my card, you can have an idea what I'm exactly talking about. And it's your card, so if you want to make a little bit of fun and add more colors, then I suggest you go ahead with the simple and plain background rather than using the colorful background for the hills and everything else like the sky. You just go ahead and make a little bit white and add a little bit of tinge of distress ink. I'm gonna show that kind of card also in upcoming videos. And this tractor is one of my favorite, so I decided to color it red and just make it a little bit realistic with the wheels and kind of pop there. I'm using IG series for the grays and blacks. Never put a black color directly on the card where you are coloring. Just put the grays and then go ahead with the darker shade of grays, because if you put the black color you can't see the layering or the techniques there. And now you can see that you can visually impact of the black tire, but at the same time it's kind of giving the round shape. So saturate your paper with the lighter marker, then go ahead with again the darker marker, and if you needed to kind of feel those gap between those, you don't want the harsh line there, then again go to medium shades of marker. Now here I really want that red tractor, but I didn't put a red, I put a orange, which is I think OR10, and then I will add the red color on it. So these kind of colors, when you mix, you got an idea that these gonna look nice all together and giving the darker and lighter shades and effect of the shadows in your critters or in objects, whatever you are doing. So just a little bit of those. You don't have to remember and make this exactly realistic card, but yeah, these small things make a difference in your card, and rather than looking your images flat on the card, they have a little bit of life in there. So in overall the composition will look nice. Then I will say the way I will use all the colors. I just put these BT4 and little bit of brown to just kind of get more shape and round shape there. Just go a little bit off camera, but yeah, and all these critters, in my opinion, whenever I make the card, I first of all die cut, stamp, die cut, and then color. Most of the people color first and then die cut. Somehow if you mess with the colors or die cuts, then it's up to you. So I prefer to first of all stamp, die cut, and then color, so I have the perfect image, because sometimes die cutting it happens that it not gonna cut properly. Now it's time to add on the main frame, and I'm using the liquid adhesive here. You can use the glue dots as it is, and I'm just kind of putting all of them together. And have a fantastic day is, I think, the perfect sentiment for any occasion. You can have a happy birthday there inside, happy anniversary, or congratulations, anything, or just to cheer up someone in your life to say hello. So mostly I use all the images and then I just stick them all around, and then I put the whole card base on the big size 5x7, which is I think Recollections. And yeah, and then I decided to add that framing again all over the card, although it's not that much standing, but yeah, still the overall effect is nice. You can skip that part. If you like my cards, if you like my channel, do subscribe to it. You can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram too. All the links are below. And until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.